I don't think this is real. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video going around, and by the way, even though I don't believe this is real, I still want to respect the fact that it could potentially be a leak, so spoilers ahead. If you don't want to get spoiled, get off the video now. But there's a video that's making its rounds right now that's claiming to be the Nintendo NX, which is now called the Nintendo Cross. So NX was the code name, Nintendo Cross is the full name of the console, and there's a lot of reasons why I don't think this is real. But one thing I have to clarify before we watch this video: you guys are going to be able to keep up with the inconsistencies in this video better than I will, since I'm going to be talking and watching it at the same time, so I won't be as sharp when looking at everything that could potentially be wrong. So you're going to have to do that for me, but I'll give you my reasons as to why I think this is fake. So let's look at the video itself right now. I'm going to put on my headphones, because I wasn't going to really cover this, because this is kind of like that X3DS thing. Remember that thing that was kind of going around during E3? That was proven fake. I mean, I think it was a waste of everyone's time to look at that, because it was so obvious that that could have been faked in so many ways. But this Nintendo Cross thing is a little bit more convincing, because the reason being is that recently Nintendo had a shareholders meeting, and they were discussing, I guess, the future of Nintendo and whatnot. The annual shareholders meeting is where basically the guys who have money invested in Nintendo come together in a group, and, you know, they talk about the future, talk about who they like that's in power, who they don't. You know, and for the most part, everything was really positive at the shareholders meeting. Everything was really good here, because everyone's rating pretty much went up for the most part. In fact, I think everyone's rating who runs the company went up. Even though it was just a little bit for some people, still, the company experienced positive review at the shareholders meeting. So some people are saying that maybe Nintendo showed them more details about the NX. I don't know how these shareholders meetings go, though. I'm not a fucking shareholder myself, so I don't know how these things go. I don't know the format. I don't know if a shareholders meeting would even be a place where you reveal something like this, or if you would reveal it in the format that we're about to look at. But everyone's saying that this video is from that shareholders meeting. Let's see what they're talking about.
本日は長時間にわたりどうもありがとうございました。
The Nintendo Cross. So I think they're playing some Mario Wii U on a fucking tablet. And you got Mario Kart 8. And then you got Legend of Zelda. Three platforms: the Wii U tablet, a regular tablet, and your smartphone. $500 GB storage. Sounds nice. Although 500 gigs in the PS4 goes really fast. And Metroid, for a launch title. Hey, if this is real, I'm not mad at that. I'll give you my thoughts after we watch it. Okay, so I can see why some people think it's real, it does have some attributes to it that kind of seem like they're very Nintendo-like. And on top of it all, they're saying that the reason why this may not be as presentable per se as usual other trailers for game consoles and whatnot is because this is something that was shown for shareholders and not necessarily for the general public. If you take a look at the comments, or rather at the description, behind closed doors, Satoru Iwata and Genyo Takeda give an update on Nintendo's next home console, the Nintendo Cross. Note that this is not the trailer Nintendo will show next year. Instead, it's being used for partners and publishers. The console itself is just an early prototype. They are still working on the specific hardware details. What you can't see in the video is how the controller adapter for the smartphones and tablets. It's early in development and couldn't be shown in the trailer. You will be able to buy it separately just like the Wii U gamepad in the future. So, I'm wondering who the hell it is that posted this. Maybe it's an investor themselves. There's a lot of reason to doubt this, I feel. But the main one really comes down to the fact that this looks exactly like the fucking Wii with the fucking cross splattered on the front. That's the main thing that I determined from that. I mean, and then next off, I know that Nintendo is being more embracing when it comes to the tablet side of things. Like, didn't they agree that they would make some smartphone games with some Nintendo titles? But I feel like this would be way too big of a jump that Nintendo would want to take way too quickly, you know? Like, I don't feel like Nintendo feels comfortable enough to do this yet. Wasn't Satoru, wasn't Miyamoto kind of criticizing the fact that tablets are what made the Wii U endangered in the first place? I don't know. I don't feel like they would suddenly want to just make a jump to make their next console be able to stream to tablets and mobile devices. It sounds great, but I don't know if that would be something that Nintendo would want to do per se. But you can't really judge a leak based upon actions that the company did beforehand, you know? Like, they could potentially be trying to take a whole new method here, a whole new route. And if they are, then kudos to them, but it just doesn't seem like Nintendo right now. The trailer does have a little bit of kind of like, it seems a little raw to me, but they said this is for shareholders, so that's why it doesn't really have that presentational bling that it does. Just the stiff hands holding the fucking mobile devices, stiff ass hands, really, dog, with footage superimposed underneath. It screams fake in so many ways. And look at the console itself. Look at the fucking console itself, people. The goddamn thing is all black with a goddamn base that holds it up vertically and a blue button that it just screams Wii. This definitely looks like the Wii. Or maybe it looks like a combination, actually. It looks like a combination of the Wii U and the Wii. The Wii U with the Wii's base, you know? I don't know, guys. It just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. Maybe Nintendo would go ahead and make a console that looks exactly like their old one. I mean, the Wii U kind of does sort of look like the Wii a little bit. But I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't know. He's saying that, oh, this is just a prototype. The look will definitely change in the future. But I don't think something like this would leak that easy, man. I just don't. And then they have sounds which make it seem like they're inside of an auditorium, but you don't really see any people. This could technically just be a screen in the dark that he's filming. And with the echo sounds of a different presentation in the background of people clapping and talking, it can make it seem like it's a much bigger screen. When in reality, this might just be something on a fucking laptop screen or something. I don't think we should judge this at all. This is definitely, I don't think we should judge it as real at all. This is definitely fake, I feel. And then the controller. It's one thing for the console to look exactly the same. Okay, but then you have the controller. Those two together, I don't know. I don't think Nintendo already learned their lesson, I feel. Like, the Wii U for a long time was indistinguishable from the Wii if you didn't know gaming too much. A lot of people thought that the Wii U was like a Wii upgrade. So, I don't know. I feel like Nintendo wouldn't make that same mistake. They would make things look drastically different to avoid that whole moniker of their previous console looking exactly like their new console, or kind of having a relation to their new console and making it seem as if it's not a brand new console altogether. I don't know, guys. I don't feel like they would do this. And look at the controller. It looks like there was no work, no change at all. The controller is exactly the same as the Pro controller, with the little square that can easily be photoshopped on top of it and a cross stamped on the front. This is not hard to emulate. I don't think this is difficult to emulate in the slightest, guys. I don't think this is real at all. I just don't. But at this point now, this shit is up to interpretation, man. Look at that. That's not something difficult to do if you were trying to, put on a fake presentation to fool everybody. It's really not all that difficult, guys. Yeah, it's got the colored buttons now, but you mean to tell me that the only thing that Nintendo really improved is the fact that the controller basically is a copy of the fucking Pro controller, but now has a NFC reader on it for the Amiibo, and it can stream. Oh, and here's the biggest thing. The biggest thing that I think makes this fake is right here, or rather in the beginning. I don't know. I think it mentioned somewhere in the video that you could stream 3DS games to your mobile devices before, but yeah, there's no way. It says a powerful new console, a new controller, new software for Nintendo Cross, stream all Nintendo Cross, Wii U, and 3DS games to your touchscreen devices. No way in hell, dogs. No way. I'm sorry. To me, that makes it all fake right there. There's no way on the face of this god green earth that Nintendo would ever vouch for having a 3DS title streamed to a mobile device, a smartphone, a tablet. No way. They would want to keep those two ecosystems completely separate from each other. And how would they work in the first place, considering that, the 3DS has two screens? I guess there's some ways to emulate that on the tablet, but I mean, no. That doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way Nintendo would make a move like that. It just seems way too... I know you can't judge a leak based on actions that the company took before, and maybe they're trying a new frontier, but that seems like way too big of a leap to me. Then again, you asked me a year ago if Ryu from Street Fighter would have been in Smash Brothers, and I would have said the same thing. God only knows, man. I don't even believe in God, but God only knows where... If this is real, then holy shit. If this is real, damn, dude. I mean, I wouldn't be mad. Be able to stream 3DS games to... Oh my god, that's so weird, but I mean... And like I said, this isn't for the general public, so if this was real, there would be more part of the Nintendo Cross that they would show us later on, but, that we just aren't seeing from this because it's a stockholder and shareholder meeting, Stock share, same thing. Either way, guys, let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you see any other things that make this seem real or fake to you, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as usual, please have yourself a damn good one.